Welcome to another episode of Quick Clean Eats. On today's episode, we're going to be showing you something very special. I'll be with my mom cooking tilapia. That's her favorite dish, so stay with us and we'll be showing you how to make a quick tilapia dish. All right, welcome back. So as you can see, I have my mom with me. The purpose of this is because it's Mother's Day, and I also wanted to give respect to the person who taught me how to cook the most. Most people don't know this, but my dad's a chef as well, but I always say the best cook in our family is my mom. It's very simple because she cooks with the heart. She doesn't really use a lot of recipes, a lot of measurements. It's very straightforward, very easy. So today we're going to be showing you her favorite dish, which is a Parmesan crusted tilapia. We'll be working together. She'll be doing the cabbage coleslaw. I'll walk her through the process and she'll go through the ingredients and all that. Don't mind her because she speaks more Spanish than English, so we'll try to translate as much as we can. So first thing we have, she's going to be starting to cut the cabbage. While she's doing that, I'm going to take the tilapia. I ended up buying 2 pieces at our local store. Very, simple, easy. Tilapia is a fish that's very inexpensive. Most people don't, they don't mind it, but I mean, we like it a lot. It's very mild flavor. So it's an easy fish to start off with. So what I'm gonna do is just put a little olive oil on top. Then I'm gonna take a little pan spray on both sides. Then I'm gonna season it on both sides with a little all-purpose seasoning. A little grated black pepper. Then I'm going to throw it in the oven. The oven's set to broil on high. What I'm going to do is just broil it halfway through, then put the Parmesan on top to brown it off. If you put the Parmesan on right now, it'll burn the fish. So I'm going to throw it in the oven. Now while the fish is cooking, my mom is making the cabbage. As you can see, she's cutting it rough chop so she can just mix it together. I'll get her a bowl. So there you go. So it's a quarter of a cabbage. That's all you need for this recipe. The rest you can save for other stuff. So what it is basically is a pickled cabbage. So she has the cabbage already cut. She used green cabbage. She has a little cilantro. She's going to use the stems as well. We like to use the stems in the family. So then she'll cut it up and then we're going to mix it in. As you can see, you don't have, when you cook at home, it's simple. It doesn't have to be all fancy and precise cuts and angles and stuff like that. You can do it rough because this is what traditional cooking started off with. Before there was all the fancy cuts, it was very simple. It was very rustic. It was what you grew up learning to eat. She learned on her own, no schools, no recipes, no YouTubes, very easy. So then she puts in her cilantro. Now she's going to take a Roma tomato. She's taking the edge of the knife to take out the core, as you can see. You can use this, if you're afraid of using a big knife like that, they have a corer also. You can buy it on Amazon. It's just called a tomato corer. You scoop it in, pull it out. So then she's going to cut it down, rough chop, into like a dice. And that's how you just mix it all in together. So while she's doing that, you can also remember at this time of the season, you can also use heirloom tomatoes. You can use cherry tomatoes. They're a little bit more sweeter, but the Roma right now is pretty good. This is a heirloom or Roma. So she's almost done with all the tomato, and then we're gonna mix it together. So while she's finishing cutting that, I'm gonna add a little of the seasoning to the cabbage, a little of the black pepper. I'm gonna take some kosher salt, add it too. It's about a tablespoon of kosher salt and a dab. Now she's gonna take the lime, she's gonna cut it down the middle, and we're gonna squeeze it in. And this is gonna marinate. This you can make early in the day, set aside for when your dinner company comes over to use. That's what she usually does for us when we go over there and eat. This stuff is already made. She makes a lot of homemade salsas. She grows her own tomatoes, her own peppers at home. and it's all natural. That's what real organic food is. Something that came right from your garden with no pesticides, no chemicals, no nothing. So there you go. It's set aside. It already has the lime marinated in it. Is it good, Mom? Mom, or one more. So you see, that's how she knows how to do it. She just eyes it. There's no specific recipe to this. It's what she tastes. Sometimes she'll even taste it, see how it is. If it doesn't taste like lime, if it misses a little salt, she goes after it. Good? Okay, so now this is set aside. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take an avocado. Growing up, we had avocados at home all the time. What we're just gonna do is just slice the avocado into slices, or as they say in Spanish, rabanas. And then that way you can put it. What we're doing today is not making tacos, we're just making a simple dish. But this dish could be turned into tacos very easy by adding corn tortillas or flour tortillas. So then that's how she cuts it, and then you see what she does is a cool trick. She sliced it in the shell, and then she's gonna take the spoon to scoop it out. It's a little bit not ripe enough right now. That's why there's issues. But I mean, avocados right now are hard to find in a real good ripe state. So I mean, this one's good enough to eat, but you can tell it's a little hard to get out of the shell. So don't be scared. This happens all the time. It's just normal. You know, it's either they're really good or they're really bad. There's an easy trick to spot a good avocado. You take, at the end of an avocado, there's always that little pit. You pop it and you look inside. If it's green, your avocado is ready to go. If it's brown, it means it's overripe. If it's yellow, it means it's underripe. So then she's gonna put it on our plate. We have here just a basic plate, you know, and we're just gonna put little slices of avocado on top. I'm gonna check the tilapia to see how it's cooking. I wish you could smell this. The tilapia smells really good. It's very, it has like almost like a sweet smell to it. It doesn't really smell fishy. Especially if the fish is really fresh, it will never smell fishy. So then what I do, I got the tilapia here. I'm gonna take some of this lime that's left over, just put it on top. I'm gonna take some of the Parmesan cheese, put it on top. It's about a tablespoon on each one. And I'm just gonna throw it back in for a quick second, just to brown it. You might hear some noise in our kitchen. The dog is here, Connor's walking around. He loves my mom, so don't mind that. He's just trying to be nosy. So then what we do is we take our little salad, and we're gonna make some kind of presentation. Again, growing up, it wasn't about presentation, it was about home cooking. It was all about flavors, very simple, very intense flavors. So now we're just waiting for that tilapia to come out, and we're gonna show you this. In the meantime, we're gonna give you some tips. Instead of tilapia, you can use shrimp. You don't have to do Parmesan. You can just do a broiled shrimp. Same procedure, a little lime juice, salt, pepper in the broiler for maybe 4 minutes. Another one you can do is salmon. Salmon right now is coming into wild or farm raised. The wild one right now is really good. So if you have a chance, get some wild salmon at your local grocery store and do the same thing. So those are just a little quick tips. The tilapia is done. As you can see right here, it's a little Parmesan crusted. It looks really good. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a spatula and we're gonna put it just like this. And then, growing up, what we always served with our fish was another piece of lime just to season it if you wanted to. If my dad was here, he'll tell you the one thing that's missing is homemade salsa. He loves to always have salsa with his fish, some tortillas, but this is just something simple, you know, for, you know, my mom. Right now she eats very light, so it's a simple, light Parmesan tilapia. So you can see, very simple, very clean. So hopefully you'll get to enjoy it cooking on Mother's Day with your mom, as I did with mine. It's a very simple tilapia dish. Leave me any comment, any remarks, any concerns, any ideas for a future episode. Please hit subscribe. I'll see you next week. Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you so much. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day! Happy Mother's Day, Mama! I love you!
I just want to take the time and thank my mom for being on this video. This video was one of the most special videos I've shot so far. She doesn't know and probably will never understand how much she means to me. Everyone says they have an amazing mom and etc. They're the best and all this, but I could tell you with 100% of my heart, my mom is truly an angel. There has never been another woman, lady, anything that has ever compared to her. She is the most giving, most honest, most loving person I have ever met. I'm so grateful to call her my mom and so grateful to always be loved by her. Only person that has never judged me, never looked at me a different way. She is truly my angel. I love you, Mom. Happy Mother's Day.